First off, I don't care what you people say. Never follow rules. I'm a trendsetter anyway. Okay, I march to the beat of my own drum. They say I need rules in my life. Well, I got some. That's one. Kill the competition. Two. Be a loyal dog. Three. And if they snitching on your man, send them to the mall. Four. When you party, go hard till you hit the floor. Five. If you didn't see me do it, what the hell you asking for? Welcome to my world. SINA.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Big Llama Show. I'm the Big Llama. Welcome to the Sunday night live stream. We come to you guys live every Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch at blackout_AD. Let me bring out my co-host extraordinaire, Blackout AD. Welcome to the show, sir. How are you this fine evening?
I'm good, man. How are you, buddy?
You hanging in there?
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm getting prepped for a couple of things this week. Obviously, there's a big thing happening this week. I'm going on a cruise. You guys thought I was going to say about Tuesday. No, I'm going on a cruise. So you have the helm of the show. Or we might record something. I don't know. We haven't talked about it for this week, but we've got a weird, funky schedule this week, so we'll see how this all goes. We've already got people in the chat. Birdie says started a GoFundMe for AD's controller. Something's going on with the gaming. And Chat Mom's there with the llamas, and she sent me the best video. Her little one heard the intro music and has a video. It says, "Is that the Llama Show?" And she sent me a little video there. So awesome. I love that.
Yeah, let's do it.
A cruise to where, Llama? I'm heading to the Bahamas to load up on my favorite rum. But it's mine and Mama Llama's anniversary, so we're heading off for the weekend. No kids, no churns. No, you like to say fuck them kids. They get to be home for the weekend.
I'm sure they're excited.
We're excited. Well, the little one's not excited. We took away his car this for a week. So yeah, he's messing up royally. But yeah, no, it's I'm excited. I'm excited about that. And obviously, we'll have some content this week. We'll do the typical promo drops in a few minutes. But yeah, the other thing I just put it on our thumbnail. The election's on Tuesday, and I'm sure it's going to be a crazy freaking week, no matter what happens, no matter who you support. But I did have an interesting thing that I was watching about the election and the coverage on it. Is now that I follow a bunch of different reactors and whatnot, and most of them are pretty neutral or staying neutral, but the ones that are openly voicing their candidate selection are getting like heat from either side. Like I mean, it's crazy though. It's crazy because
it's an outrage that hasn't happened in a long time.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's like I'm one of those people like I was on my personal social media. I would be very vocal about my thoughts and things, but I found I was just wasting time arguing with people, right? Who I didn't want to argue with. And I just found it to be just very annoying for me. So I stopped doing that. And then with this stuff now being online and just being, trying to be a pretty neutral personality when it comes to the reacting space and that type of stuff, it's hard, man. It's hard because I'd love to say my opinion on a couple of items, but depending on how strongly I feel about it, I don't necessarily want to alienate the audience. You know what I mean? It's a weird thing. It is a weird fucking thing, but
I mean, I found it weird that you put it on the thumbnail, seeing how every other time any political thing comes up, you're like, I don't want to talk politics. So To me, even
No,
just
no.
putting it as a thumbnail kind of invites whatever energy that
Well,
would come for it. But it's interesting because me personally, I've never voted before. And it's kind of never been a thing in my family. You know, like I don't know, we never really learned about it. So now this election is kind of the first time where I'm like, I want to vote, but I'm also not educated enough on anything in when it comes to it. So I'm like, I don't feel comfortable just voting because, whatever way. It's like the
yeah,
anti-Trump. You could just vote and be like, oh, just vote for Kamala because you don't want Trump in there. It's like, yeah, but like, I want to vote. If I'm gonna vote, if I'm actually gonna go out there and vote, I want it to be based off stuff I actually believe, right? Not just because I'm hearing it from other spaces and stuff. And it's funny because there's people like that never in my life that I've known them, talk politics, and now they're like, that's all they do is talk politics. It's like it's a weird like people are
yeah,
are, are claiming are like yeah they're like clinging to the hive mind of whatever political parties are around them, whatever people are talking about it. That's what I've noticed too. It's like if 4 or 5 people around you are talking about something, they kind of like infiltrate their mind almost. It's weird.
yeah. And again, for me. It depends on the forum. Like people don't come to see my stuff to talk politics at all, and that's why it's a significant event. So I figured we got to talk about it. It's what's on everyone's mind, but not specifically the candidates, and not like it's just hey, it's a pretty big deal. It's got a lot of groundswell. People are going to be talking about it through Tuesday, and then even after Tuesday, like it's going to be something that's major, but the angle that I'm coming at it is like I'm interested in the backlash that comes with either side, right? Supporting one or the other. The celebrities, the comedians, the reactors, anybody who's voicing an opinion one way or the other, man, you're getting heat. You're getting, you're losing advertisers in some cases. It's just crazy. It's crazy how like divided it is, and it used to never be that way. It used to be kind of like if you supported one, it was like you felt really strongly about it, and no one really gave a shit. Like it was kind of like okay, who cares? But this is like you put your name out there, you put your influence on there, and it's like now you've got to bear the weight of that. Now again, it's just insane. Like for me, it's like vote whoever the fuck you want. It's your business, right? It is. And if you want to talk to me about mine, then we talk about that offline or somewhere on the side. But Jesus Christ, everybody wants to like put their pick down your throat, and that's the thing. It's like that's what annoys me about this whole thing for sure.
Yeah. It's a lot of
We
it's
got a
also
lot of
like a lot of regurgitated information from both sides, I think too. Like when you hear people talk
exactly.
about it in person.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, again, if I hear people say the same fucking thing I've seen on a meme or on a TikTok, I'm like, I know where you got your information from, and it's fine. It's fine if that's where you get it from. But it's like, let's come up with some new thoughts or some new ways of thinking. Or if you know about it, then that's fine. That's but it's all. I mean, it's just crazy. But yeah, I'm just really interested in how this all sort of shapes out. Um, After Tuesday, like, because again, Trump wins, it's one thing, and he loses, it's another thing. If it's gonna be so interesting to watch how this develops, right? Because I'm the least confrontational guy, and I don't look forward to anyone being confrontational about anything. But I have a feeling it's going to spill into the streets, one way or the other. But that's my guess.
I don't know. I think it was probably just
I'm
that's the thing. It's like I don't know. It's the media, man. It's really the media making it feel worse than it is.
probably. I would
I
imagine
don't think
so. And
probably. I
then
think I think truthfully, like
yeah,
there are. I don't want to say who, but there's somebody. He's probably not gonna watch, but anyways, somebody I know that never uses social media, right? And now started using social media the last couple years or whatever, and we were talking about like just like his change of like now he's like talking like voicing his opinion about Trump and like things that is like the whole time I've known you, I've never heard you talk like this about anything, you know? So it's like, what are you watching on TikTok or sending like people, like he'll send me things about like the politics shit. I'm like, we don't even talk about shit like this. So it's like,
Right.
what's the point? But you know, again, who knows? We'll see how it
Yeah,
goes.
that's what I'm saying. Like you've got that's the funny part is like I think I said this before at some point, probably early on. But you have, the guy who could fucking hardly pass science class or space science, the fucking most basic science in high school. He got his GED and he could hardly do anything, but he's a fucking, scientist online. Like he's an internet scientist and he can tell you all about climate and then this and that. And I'm like, dude, like, why am I trusting you with your information? Why are you now, like 2 weeks ago, you didn't know how to fucking start a barbecue, but now you're the fucking expert on all things, whatever. Right. And it's like, that's what irritates me is like, why are you acting like you know all this shit when you don't? You clearly don't. You don't know nothing about this stuff.
Yeah.
You're just regurgitating something you heard online or on the news or wherever, and you sound stupid. And that's what's irritating me. It's like, and I know some people who actually are running for office and have run for office and, like Senate seats and stuff that either I've worked with or where I went to school with. And not that I've talked to them, but I've talked to them online and stuff. And it's like, they're interesting to talk to. Right. But they know shit. They're in the know. Right. Like that's a little bit of a different conversation than, your high school buddy who got hit in the head too many times. But it's just, it's an interesting and fun dynamic, all this stuff. But like I said, the reactors that I seen that like went hardcore and were like, hey, this is who I'm supporting. The backlash on their Twitter feeds, the backlash on their Instagram feeds is huge. And I'm like, damn, like, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Like, and again, and the other thing I question was like, am I being a bit of a coward by not saying something? But I'm like, what the fuck? It's not me. It's not my area. And so I bring it to you, the guru of things, all things social media and entertainment. Should I have been expressing my
I mean,
opinion, or what do you think?
Really, if you have something to say, then I say speak it, right? Like, but if you don't feel the need to, then no. And if you're worried about the backlash, like at the end of the day, it's just the internet. Like, you don't have to look at it. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to like check your comments if you say something crazy and people are going at you. You don't have to engage in it. Kind of just let it be what it is. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It just really depends. If you have something to say, I say why not voice it? You voice all your other opinions. It's kind of the same, like who you are, and like I feel like you're an objective person, so like you can have a conversation with somebody, see their point of view, whatever, back and forth. I mean, we do it all the time on here. Now, politics gets a little bit more touchy, but even then, if somebody's willing to give you like good conversation about your thoughts or your opinions, then I think that's helpful because then you get to express it. But if they're just hating it, I don't think there's any need to feed that energy. Like I said, I mean, even like the post, I thought it was I watch everything you do on social media, but like I noticed when you put that you voted and stuff, and I was like, it's kind of weird because like last year he wouldn't have done this. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Again, I've been kind of like just peeping like the energy on social media and like how people are reacting because I'm just noticing things, again, like people that never talk about it all of a sudden are pushing their agendas that kind of like I felt the same with you. I was like, I wonder if it's the climate of like everything going on and Llama felt like he wanted to say something. And then I saw the thumbnail today and I was like, interesting. Like he really never, especially on this show, more than anything.
Right.
You've kind of like really, I remember there was like times I would like try to bait you into conversations and you would like shut it down because of it being politics. So like in my head, I'm like, I wonder what is Llama thinking about it? And like, does he want to talk about it? Or is he just like, again, like showing, kind of what your sentiment of the post earlier was like, you should go out and vote, and I think
no, that's my honest opinion. Like honestly, the one thing I would say is I feel strongly about the voting part, right? Like you should vote, like go out and do that part, because for a long time, my family and myself couldn't do it, right? Like I had, even as an enlisted Army National Guardsman, I couldn't do it. Like I did not have the right to do it. I couldn't do it. I was serving the country and could die for the country, but I could not vote until I got my citizenship when I was 23 or 20 something years old. So like, to me, it's a big deal. Just the act of voting. I don't give a shit about the support piece, like who you support and all that stuff. That's what I'm saying. Like to me, that's a big deal. And it's more of the story that I always tell is like, I have that. And again, I know I said, tell people, I don't have like an extraordinary story that I, would say, follow my story. I'm just saying, I feel like I have a pretty relatable story, which is like, hey, I came here as an illegal, became legal, served, for the United States military. I graduated high school. I graduated college. I did everything you're supposed to in this American dream concept.
Yeah.
And because I did that, I kind of feel very strongly about like, hey, you should just vote, at least vote. Like that's something that my whole family could not do, and I couldn't do for a long time. And so that's all. I felt every time I vote, I feel very strongly about that one element. But who you support, obviously, I support one candidate over another, but it's just like that's not really my kind of thing. Like I don't like wrap myself up in that person's identity and say, this is who I am. It's more like, I feel like everyone should just go do that civic duty and serve and do that part, because it's important. It's important. And that's why I feel very strongly. But the point of talking about it is just, one, make sure everyone goes out and vote. And that's it. That's my whole point. And then also from just like the reaction perspective, it's just interesting to see how people are taking the views of people that have an opinion one way or the other, and then seeing just the reaction from the space that we're in.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And how it's being perceived. So that's it. I mean, that's kind of why I feel strongly about it. And shit, it just moves me to just like say, hey, fucking do it, man. If you have the right to vote, go do it. And again, I know people don't believe in it sometimes. They go, hey, I don't think my vote really counts. It's all set up. It's rigged, whatever. It's whatever you feel, that's fine. You're allowed to do that. But I feel pretty strongly about it. So I try to push for people to actually just go do it. So yeah, that's it. That's why I wanted to at least talk about it, just to tell people go vote. And if you haven't already. So yeah. Anyway. There's a lot of good comments in there. Well, actually, it's Jay Birdie and
I knew it. When you said actually, I was like, oh.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Let me not get myself into trouble in here. Yeah, no, you actually you go in there and you take a look at some of those comments. But yeah, no, that was my point of bringing that up. I just, again, if you guys have the ability to do so, go vote if you can. And again, I respect people's opinions. I respect people's points of view. I may not agree with it, and that's fine. But again, that's all part of it. But nobody comes here to this show or to my reactions to hear my political views. They come to just hear just fun, and it's a relax. It's an escape from regular life, and it's fun. So that's why it's more just a conversation. So
I do like,
and an observation.
It's kind of, I feel like the last couple of years I've been leaning towards more like just learning about the political side of life, like, and I think this is kind of like even more so like, oh, I wish I was doing the research, what I mean? I wish I was like really getting ready to vote, what I mean? Because now if I go vote, it's really going to be based off of just a gut feeling. So I don't know. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean,
so it's not like me and my friends are sitting there talking about that while we're calling, kid shitters all day.
And again, it just depends. Like it's some people, it's not that impactful. Like at some point it means something to you, and at some points it doesn't. And there's been a lot of elections that passed. I'm like, I don't really care for what's happening. It doesn't matter to me. But I still do it. But at the same time, I get it. Like, what's the big deal? But
Yeah,
for some, it's huge. So
I don't know. This time it feels different though. Yo, I watched Terrifier 3.
Oh, did you watch 3?
Yeah, I went to the movies.
Oh, okay.
It was alright. It was okay. I ain't gonna lie.
I
felt weird about it.
I have the bootleg.
Yeah, no,
You do?
I felt weird about it. I felt like I went in going, all right, I didn't see Terrifier 1 or 2. And
Okay.
Katie obviously wanted to see 3 because this last week she watched 1 and 2. I had told her about it, I'm pretty sure. And then she was like, went and watched it. And then she was like, oh, the third one's out, let's go watch it. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. I really don't. But, I end up going anyways. And I was like walking in, I brought headphones and everything. Like, this shit's ass. I'm just going to put a podcast and just chill. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to eat popcorn. I'm here for the popcorn. But
you're squeamish and you went to go see this shit?
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I am squeamish for sure. When it comes to like gruesome kills, I'm always like, I feel like I feel the pain. I don't know how to explain it. But it kind of threw me off because it was like more funny than I expected it to be. Like, I don't want to say it's funny. Like, it's definitely gruesome as fuck. And there's like a lot of shit, but it was just extra. You know what I mean? I was like, the blood squeeze, like pulsing out was extra. I was like, so it kind of took me out of the scary part of it immediately. And then I kind of was just like, oh, I want to see if this is a good movie. You know what I mean? Like, let me actually just pay attention and see how good the movie was. And like immediately I like turned to her. I was like, the acting is terrible. Because I'm like sitting here like, all right, let me see what kind of vibe I'm getting. And then like towards the end, I'm like, damn. It's like this is not my type of movie. Like I don't care to watch 1 and 2. Maybe because the lore is a little bit cool. So like I maybe might watch 1 and 2, and supposedly they're coming out with 2 more. So I definitely left the theater like I feel like I like it, but I don't want to like it. I want to say it sucks very much, but also like it's kind of good. Like it had me intrigued. It had me like in my head like, all right, I think this is gonna happen. Like let's see if this happens. So I ain't gonna lie. Well, all right, I didn't want to watch it anyways. It's not my thing. I did it to be a good boyfriend. So I was like, I don't want to. She knew I didn't care to go. You know what I mean? I think it was the thought that counts in this scenario. But I am pleased to say it was pretty cool. I ain't gonna lie. And supposedly, bro, it was a $2 million budget, and
yeah,
it's like tracking to maybe beat Joker, which was like 40 mil.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, it made a ton of money. But okay, so you're getting raked over the coals here. Wait, you didn't watch 1 or 2?
I did not.
Watching a series out of order.
All right, to preface, everybody here knows that I watch spoilers. So I've definitely watched spoilers to 1. I don't think I watched spoilers to 2, but I've definitely watched spoilers to 1. So I kind of like knew what was going on with the clown itself. But again, it's not my cup of tea, so I'm not like invested in it. So I was just going to go again for the popcorn. You know what I mean?
This man needs more horror and veggies in his life.
Veggies.
You should play more Mortuary.
Oh, that was a great time. We should. Honestly, that was a great time. We had a great time.
Horrors.
I'm proud to say I've been drinking superfood. I got muscles now, man. My body's rock hard. Pause.
So your Terrifier experience.
It was good.
I will tell you, it was good. It was good. Okay, so
but the movie's not good. All right. When I got home, I put on a review of my trusty reviewers that I go to. And take your shirt off. Llama doesn't want that. Add suitability. But I came and put my trusty reviewers on, and they were kind of saying the same thing, and they liked the franchise. So they were kind of saying the same thing. And one of the guys didn't see the first 2, same as me, and he gave it an 8. But one of the guys was like, there's a 10 out of 10 movie here. and then there's a second plot that's 5 out of 5. So it makes you kind of like take your shirt off. No, I'm okay.
Everybody.
I'm okay. Give me a couple weeks. Maybe more.
So we need super chats for that.
Yeah, super chat. No, and then nowhere. $4.99. Take it all.
No, so no, you're right. You're right. So, but here's what I'll say about Terrifier. So the first movie, I didn't know what to expect. Check the reaction. We'll put the reaction on the link here. No, honestly, I didn't know what to expect. So I was a little nervous about like the scary part of it, right? But after you get to 3/4 of the movie, you're like, okay, this is just gory, fun nonsense. And it was low budget, but it was crazy. It was crazy shit. And you're just like, oh god,
too over the top for me to like feel the gruesomeness. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. You got a super chat.
Oh wow, no. Yeah. That's the setup.
Oh
man.
No, it is. It's over. It's over the top. But so what I found is that the movie is not. I think it knows what it's trying to do with the gore and the violence. It's not. It doesn't take itself seriously.
I honestly think with the dialogue as well.
No,
like I think.
I mean,
I'm saying I think they know that it's bad dialogue.
Yes,
because again, the reviewers, they were like kind of saying like, I feel like they made it like an 80s like slasher film, like that. Like it's like bad dialogue. You got the final girl. You know, it's like kind of that formula, and they just take it to the extreme, which I kind of felt. But again, I just feel like with scary movies, I don't like that. You know, I grew up where it was like, yo, those evil spirits are gonna get you. I feel like that's what it is. But I feel like I am intrigued by the movies themselves. I'm like, they're cool concepts. Like the Conjuring movies, for some reason, I don't like spirits and shit. Those movies are so good, and you can't deny it.
That's some shit I don't fuck with. Those movies are scary as hell. But the first one was great. Great meaning like it got introduced you. Terrifier 2, which actually drops tomorrow. Thank you for the segue. Was actually because I knew now what I'm going into. I had so much fun. I laughed through the entire movie. Like I literally wasn't scared about. Except
that's the thing too. In this movie, there was no like, you know, but there was like a couple times where people just bust out laughing, and I'm like, is this movie supposed to be funny or? I'm like,
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like there's a couple of moments I'm like, why am I laughing so much about like people getting dismembered? But yeah, like I even made a horrible joke. I don't know. I'm still reviewing the edit. I don't know if it made it in there. The lady got her face mangled so badly, and then he took mashed potatoes and put it in her face. And I said he made shepherd's pie, and I was like, that's fucking disgusting, and the visual is disgusting. But I was like, that's pretty clever. But I was just laughing along with it, and I was having a fun time. But there is this creepy little girl in this second movie that's a demon, and yeah, I kept saying I kept saying on camera, I'm gonna punt this little child, and I keep getting ads. I keep getting ad suitability. I got to keep editing that. I'm gonna punt the child. So
threatening to kick kids.
Listen, I don't care what. Listen, if your kid looks like this kid, I'm gonna punt your child. I'm to tell you straight up. I'm getting ad suitability for this episode for that. No, but I honestly, it was so much fun. It is gory as hell. They did up the budget, and the jokes were hysterical. But knowing what you know about the first one and sort of how it goes, it's easier to sort of take the movie. And then I'm looking forward to Terrifier 3 because I know what I'm going into. Like it's just a gore fest. It's about how is he going to kill someone, right? How is he going to go through this? How is he going to go through this death scene and make it creative? So, yeah. Let's see. Herc says, I gotta be honest though, Evil Dead Rises was an incredible horror film with enough gore and scary shit to be riveting. over the top, but that's what you get with an Evil Dead film. Yeah, the new ones, Herc, I am actually going to check out for the channel for sure. Which Evil Dead is your favorite, Herc? That's the question there. So, but no, so you saw 3. I'm gonna see 3. Actually, I'm gonna do a reaction to 3 once it's cleared for digital release. But I'm not going to theater to go see it. But
I'd
yeah,
say it's worth it, though. I do say,
yeah,
like, it was a good
is it okay?
movie to watch in the theater. Like, again, it was just like fun. Again, what we've been talking about, a fun movie
Yeah.
that you just get rid of your smart brain. You just turn that off and just like have fun.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You have to suspend like the concept of a good story, like narrative. Just fucking just enjoy a clown running around killing people. Like that's just the way it is.
Yeah,
And
I want to shit on the movie. That's how I felt on the inside. I was like, I want to pick this movie apart, but I like it. You know what I mean? Like I want to say it's very bad, but I'm having a good time.
That's what I'm saying. Like the first one, I was like, man, this is so low budget and so terrible. But like, I was like, this guy sawed a woman in half from her midsection, from her, from her. What? I mean, oh, sorry. I'm sorry. So he's okay. So I
see, but I knew shit like that
going
going into this movie, so I kind of knew what to expect, and was like, all right, if he's gonna kill somebody, it's gonna be an over the top kill. So I tried to guess it before. There was only one kill that I did get kind of like, oh nah, this is crazy, and that's it. Like the rest of them were like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Once I saw it coming, I was like, yeah, all right. They're trying to make it over the top. They're trying to one up what they did before.
Oh yeah. So you saw the one up on the one up, like so. It does get progressively.
I would
worse.
like to. When you watch it, we'll talk about it because I wanted to be like, man. When I saw it coming, I was like, of course they do it. It's like, what's better than cutting a girl in half? Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
cutting a guy in half, dude.
Hey, that's fine, man. That's fine. Listen, like I said, it's no matter how, because someone didn't ruin Terrifier 2, but every time they told me to watch it, they kept saying the bedroom scene, the bathroom scene, and I'm like, what are you talking about? And yeah, I was like, okay, thanks for that. But Terrifier 2 is, if you're squeamish about eyes, that definitely would tell you fucking don't watch it. There are a lot of eye scenes. So, but again, that was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to record, a lot of fun to watch, and hopefully we can clear ad suitability and all kinds of stuff by tomorrow morning or by tomorrow afternoon. So it's the next one up. Oh my god. So that's the last horror movie ish for the month. But so much fun. Let's see. Chat Mom's talking about the Evil Dead. She says the new one was definitely good, but the OG Evil Dead will always hold a special place. Yeah, the OG Evil Dead is so campy and so low budget. It's weird. It's a weird movie. It's like it's so like over the top and the it's not consistent, but it's so much fun. That one has a tree doing some Diddy stuff to a lady. A tree. So I like how we can use the word Diddy on some stuff. And then and Don't Breathe had a little child named Diddy. I was like, oh Jesus. The word Diddy just doesn't go away. Have you seen The Perfect Getaway? No, I have not. A good thriller overall. The movie's legit. So yeah, actually, here's the sequence of next movies. So we have Terrifier 2 coming out tomorrow, and then I have right after that a movie called Prisoners. If you guys like whodunit thriller type, abduction criminal movies, Prisoners is the next one. And then right after that is Elite Squad. And then after that, I don't know yet. I haven't got to that one yet. But very excited about that kind of stuff. So maybe we'll do Perfect Getaway. I don't know. So but what's killing me though is the ad suitability on this stuff, man. It's just too much stuff for Art the Clown. I gotta keep blurring it out and uploading it and blurring it out.
The movie's crazy.
Well, it's terrible. There's some terrible shit in there. So we've got Penguin episode 6, hopefully dropping, I would say no later than Tuesday. I tried to get it out today. I just ran out of time, but I'm almost done with it. And then we're recording episode 7 tonight. So those of you guys who need to watch that tonight, please. It's a great show. If you haven't been watching The Penguin, one of the best shows on TV. If you haven't watched it, I'm telling you, you're missing out. It's a great show. So we'll be recording that tonight. So I'm excited about that tonight too, because we only have one episode after that. And then we'll record that when I get back from the cruise.
Ramping up.
And that's it. So we're wrapping up the Penguin, and then we've only got a couple more episodes left of season 1 of Vampire Diaries, which I got to make a decision on that one. I don't know if I'm going to do a season 2. I want to watch more because I love the show. So let me make that abundantly clear. I love the show. I want to keep watching the show. Now, will I keep watching the show for the channel? That's the question, the $1 million question for me. And I don't know. It's a lot of work because it's a lot of episodes.
It is the most engagement, though.
I know it is. Yeah. So I don't know if I can get what I might do is I might get Eduardo to edit that as well. But I don't know. I gotta look at the financials. But it is the most engagement that we have on the channel. So
I mean, even if you didn't do it, you would. I would think you have to do another show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think the show thing is honestly it's like a change of pace for your movie content. You know what I mean? Because it's like something weekly they can come watch and like get involved with every week. Like we literally have people every week commenting on those videos, engaging in whatever we're talking about during the shows, you know? To be honest, those showed me a lot. So like those kind of like also gave me the confidence to be like, well, I could do reactions too for YouTube. So obviously me and Bird got something cooking. We got a couple videos cooking, but I think the show thing, just in terms of like engagement, is probably the way to go long term, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
like, I mean, there's so many seasons too. It's like, are we really gonna commit? We've been doing it for like what, 4 or 5 months now, you know? Like we're not even done with season 1 yet.
And it's not even about I think it's just the editing part. Like if I can get Eduardo or any to do the editing, because I want us to not have to edit so that we can focus on the content and then the promotion of the stuff. So I think more shorts and more social media stuff for us to do. And then I know you have the show with Birdie that you guys are doing, and then there's the other channel that we want to start working on. So there's just a lot of stuff that we probably need to start working on that we have to make a decision. That's all, is whether or not. Now, again, if I do another show, if I keep doing TV show reactions, I'll keep doing probably Vampire Diaries. That's what I'm saying. I just have to decide how I'm going to do that. So
I don't know.
I may just take a break. And then resume in January. But I don't know. We'll have to figure that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, but trust me, I no matter what, I'm excited to keep going on the journey of the Vampire Diaries, because it's one of my guilty pleasures. I really do like that show a lot. I wind up reading stuff, on these sites, but I'm trying not to spoil anything. So I'm like fangirling on this stuff. So, and then I realized that Damon has been on Lost. I didn't know that, and he was on another show, and I'm like, damn, I got to go figure out what shows he's been on, because It's kind of I'm you know I like him as an actor, and I'm like I gotta go check out other stuff he's done. So yeah, I'm enjoying the hell out of that show for sure. So I haven't watched any of that Agatha All Along. I don't think I'm gonna watch it. I know I know
I
it
think
just
it ended well.
I heard it stuck the
didn't watch
landing. I
it.
heard it was pretty good. I
Yeah,
haven't
I
watched
didn't
any of
watch
it,
it,
but
but
I
I
heard.
watched reactions to it just so I can see like some of the scenes and just see what it's like. 'Cause I was like, I was kind of on the fence too. Like, I don't think it's like my kind of show, and I didn't finish Miss Marvel. You know what I mean? There's like shows I skipped. I was like, all right, yeah, this might be one I skipped. But in the last couple episodes, it looked like it was just a good, like one story. Like, it doesn't seem like it's connecting to anything. It doesn't seem like it's pushing. There's like, of course, because it's Marvel, there's gonna be like things they can use in the future. But it was just like
Right.
one cohesive story. So that's cool.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm telling you, it's I'll check it out eventually, but I mean, I just don't have any desire to see it right now. But I heard it did stick the landing. I heard it was pretty good, so that's a good thing. Um, and I think there's a couple of big movies coming out in the next couple of weeks, man. You got Moana 2 coming out. You've got Gladiator 2 coming out. You got Wicked. There's a bunch of movies that are coming out in the end of November for the big Thanksgiving weekends. Excited about that. So I think I'm going to do movie reviews on all of those because I am going to go see all of those in the theater. And I might even throw in a Gladiator part 1 reaction with Little Llama because we have to catch up and watch that movie.
Yeah, I honestly thought
before we go
about
see
the same
Gladiator
thing
2.
for the other channel because when we went to the theater today, Gladiator 2, a trailer dropped, and I was like, damn, this shit looks really good. And I was like, but I haven't seen the first one, so I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to
I'm
watch
telling
it.
you. You should. It's a really good movie. So I thought it was a good movie. All right, so we're wrapping up. We're getting close to curtain time here because we've got to get to record episode 7 of The Penguin.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube and I'm seeing it pop up, so we gotta hurry up before somebody ruins it.
Where somebody shows you exactly what happened before you hit the spoilers. Anyway, so we're gonna get to that. Again, hopefully tomorrow you guys will see Terrifier 2 come out for me. So look out for that. Make sure you guys like and subscribe on that and share there. The only thing I wanted to share for those of you who like movies and like deals, and I'm not sponsored by the way, but The Quiet Place, this right here is only $9 on Amazon. So go get this shit, man. Hey,
Nobody buys DVDs
Hey.
anymore. Just you.
It's a 4K. It's a 4K UHD. And it has all the versions on it. 4K UHD, Blu-ray, DVD, and digital code for $9. Go get that shit. Go cop that shit. I buy physical media like crazy, man. I buy it like crazy because I'm telling you, man, the fucking the streaming services are bullshit. Now this is the part that sucks. Cost cutting at the house. I changed all my plans to like, ad plans because I'm like, I don't really watch that much. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this reaction for the channel. I'm like, oh yeah, that's on Disney Plus, or oh yeah, that's on this, and then they have fucking ads in there. I can't do my reaction because I can't take ad breaks when you do watch alongs. You can't do none of that shit. Yeah. So I have to now physically rent the movie or buy the movie. So it's pissing me off. But anyway, I'm losing money on these deals. Anyway, but yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming up next week. We don't know if it's going to be me here or it's going to be AD by himself. We're still trying to figure that out.
It's probably going to be me by myself, dude. You know it. I know it.
Well, you're going to bring somebody else on with you.
Maybe,
right?
dude. Maybe I'll just take over.
Just it's the AD show?
Yeah.
Okay, we got to get you a logo.
Maybe I'll just talk about politics. What happened? Yeah.
Oh, you're going to drive everybody away from the channel?
I don't think that would happen, dude.
If you talk politics for an hour on the channel and you gave your real opinions, everyone would unsubscribe.
Nah. They would
Or
love it.
or sorry,
They'd eat it up.
we would get an increase of subscribers of that particular persuasion, whatever it is that you would. But then again, then I would then when I say an unpopular opinion on one of my reactions, they'd be like,
Rambo.
"This is not what we
End the
signed up
show,
for."
dude. End the show. Let's go, Penguin. I keep seeing it. It's coming. The spoilers are coming.
All right, guys. Again, thank you guys for joining us for the Sunday Night Live stream. Thank you. Let's shout out everyone in the chat. Got Chat Mom, Roman 2 Raw, Hercules Outlaw. We got Katie with the super chat. Thank you for the take your shirt off. Even though, maybe that's a private thing for you guys. $1.99 for you guys. you get the super exclusive VIP take your shirt off event.
You gotta send me the money then, dude. Can't do this off.
I'll send you the money.
And I get the money.
I'll send you the money for sure. We got Jay Birdie was in the house. Thank you to everybody who watches. Thank you everyone who likes and subscribes. I appreciate all of you guys. Appreciate seeing Chat Mom back in the chat, and Herc and everybody's in the chat. So thank you guys. Thank you everyone for joining us. He is Blackout AD. I am the Big Llama. We'll see you guys next Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will be on a cruise ship drinking my ass off, so hopefully AD will be taking care of the everything. So we'll see you guys next week, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peace out, everybody.